I have another question for you.
Yes.
So 2 years ago, I think, or maybe 3 years, Netflix dropped the show called How to Build a Sex Room.
I started watching it and I stopped. I
But-
kind of got over it. Yeah.
But I thought it was
like-
such a cool concept, though.
It is. I think that tell me why you thought.
And I think it's because we all talk about, oh, is there like be one for us, right? Can
Yeah.
we be in a relationship with one partner for the rest of our lives, right?
Yes.
And people are saying, no, it's impossible. No, it doesn't
Yes.
happen. But then watching that show, I was like, wow. Because people naturally will lose that connection if they
Yeah.
don't practice,
That's
right?
correct.
And like
The
we're
law of
talking about
entropy, law of atrophy.
we're talking about this. We're talking
Yes.
about like affection. That's why affection is so important because
Correct.
you get the energy exchange and
Yep.
the like. My mom would always say, she's like, if your stomach is hurting, put your hand on your belly
Yeah.
Yeah.
and feel
It's
how
you're
or
just
on your
you're
head,
doing
like
Reiki. You're
yeah,
just sitting energy there.
you're just you're giving that energy back to yourself.
Yes.
And so when I watched the show, I was like, wow, this is so interesting because a lot of people are kind of like, oh, that's just freaky or whatever. But then it's like the connection that you have because now you're being honest with your partner.
Yes.
Now you're telling them, actually, this has been my
No,
fantasy.
that's that part of it's good. I maybe need to give it another go of watching it, but the concept of what you're saying is correct because
Yeah.
if you stop going to the gym tomorrow, nothing's probably going to happen to you for a few years because your body's so conditioned and you have genetics, so you're a bad example. But if you stop going to the gym, like
I'm fat.
you're gonna blow up, right? So me, I just turn into nothing. I'm just like, there's
Right.
no, I'm just lean, and I will just lose everything. And it's
Yeah.
like so sad. So I work so hard for my like baby gains.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we stop working at something, it just gets worse. It's the law of entropy, of atrophy, of everything in the universe. Trees, the leaves fall off and they die, and that's what happens. It's the same thing in relationships, and especially the sexual part.
Right.
If you don't work on it, then it's not going to get good. It's going to get better. And what happens, we know married couples are sleeping together approximately they pull them, and it's like one time a month.
Right.
Damn.
12 times a year is what
crazy.
you have to look forward to when
Yeah.
you get married, right? And that's the more extreme. And some of the others were like a couple times a month, but still a couple
Right.
times a month.
Right.
Seriously.
Once a week or something. That's
It's just crazy. So the point is, the concept of that I think is interesting because you do have to create rituals so that you want to have sex, and you do have to sometimes, unfortunately, it's not sexy, but schedule it or it
Yeah.
won't happen.
Right.
And this is why we talk about the best time to have sex for men. It's different than for women.
Yeah.
Men, it's in the morning.
Right.
What do you have every morning when
That
you wake
morning
up?
Woody.
There's a
Wake
reason
up,
for
hit
that.
that
I love
side
the
action.
morning.
Right?
I love
Yeah, that
morning.
wake
Yeah.
up side action because it's something that thing be simmering
Yes.
and marinating in at night. So you wake up, you just right up in that.
Ready to go,
Yeah,
right?
hello, hello.
It's ready to go, and that's
Ready.
the best because you get woken up and
Yeah, they wake them up to it.
we're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I don't want to wake up, but I'll wake up to
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
This is so good. But then for women, it's actually better for us at night. But what happens is most men are having sex at night. They're
Yeah.
getting up and they're rushing to work.
Yeah.
And then women have been maybe, if they're housewives, they're working all day. They're not really into it at night. So they're like, and then he's it's like 10 o'clock, 10:30. You have no energy. Your lingam is like dead at this point.
sure.
But you have to like, get up, come on, I
Yeah,
gotta
it's a
perform.
lot. And I'm
then
doing all the work for the
I'm
most
doing
part.
all the work. She's got a headache or the kids.
Right.
It's like she doesn't really want to. And so it's like you gotta work around that.
Yeah.
You have to discover different rituals.
What is it too? Because I always say this too, and I know most women heard this recently more and more, is that nothing's better to a guy than new vagina. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Really? Is that the thing
That's
that's
the thing.
trending now?
that's the
They,
thing.
they've been saying that
I
novelty is
always
like
said
the
it.
thing.
Like, yeah, you can have a
That's
10
why
at
like
home, but
athletes
give me a
and-
new girl. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to. Like, I wouldn't want to.
Is it just for that one experience
Yeah,
or not,
so it's,
not for
it's,
like
it's
a
the
partner?
kill, it's the hunt. So
Okay.
it's like
Okay.
that
I
gets
see
you
what
more
you're saying.
excited. Is having a new girl instead of having. If you got your wife at home, you'd be more excited for a girl. You just walk down the street like, boom, she could be a 6, your wife could be a 10. You'd be like, I want that more.
I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I agree with that if there's not intimacy there.
Right.
And I'm not saying that a guy is not going to notice an attractive 10 walking by. He's gonna, even if he has a 10 at home, he doesn't be like, damn, she's hot.
Facts.
Because men are just wired that way.
Yeah.
And I think the quicker women sort of realize that and don't take offense to that, it's healthy that he still finds other women attractive.
Right.
And then he wants to come home and fuck you. Now, if he doesn't want to come home and fuck you, that's on you.
Right.
And that's your fault, you know, and you guys have to work that out. But I think a man who really has, and I typically feel like it's faith-based men or men who have a higher purpose or calling,
Right.
they want to their wife.
For sure.
Do they always feel that way? No, because we're human. But they might see an attractive woman. They might like check her out. But in there and they're like, God, I love my wife.
Yeah.
If she's bringing him peace.
Right.
If she's at home holding down the fort. If she still didn't let her body go.
Right.
If she still sees him, jumps on him, the kids are gone, takes his dick out, starts sucking it. Like,
that's
just
good.
like, damn. And then they have those intimate moments where they're just breathing together, feeling, and they're not talking, they're supporting each.
Right.
Like if a man has a woman like that, I don't think the new is it for him, because
Yeah.
he knows he's never going to find that loyalty, that
For sure.
surrender, that femininity. I might still see the hot women
Well.
and think about it, but I think there's a small rare breed of men who are like that, and they're typically very successful.
Yeah.
And they're purpose-driven life. There's
Right.
that book. They have a connection to God or a higher
Got
power.
discipline, got real ambition, and got it in the right places.
And what
I
if
the
think that's
average guy probably, yeah.
average. You're right.
Yeah.
Average guy probably. And the most important thing you said, if they're really intimate and really into their woman on that highest level, it'll curve the appetite of just the snack. You know what I'm saying? The instant gratification.
snack, yeah,
Because
that's
it's like,
true.
damn, I really love this woman. We have great on all these accords at the highest level. Let me curve that.
Let me curve that
Yeah.
and move that energy and
If you don't have
channel
that connection,
But-
like
but
we
what if-
cool, but I want to her too.
You know, that's
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
something that I said before. I said, you know, because I have that understanding that a man sometimes can slip up, right?
Yeah,
and
that's true.
it happens, right?
all the time.
And it's just like I can't be delusional about that, right? The
Right.
fact is a fact, right? But at the same time, I remember I said that to somebody. I said, you know, you can, you know, me and you, we can love each other, and then if that happens, tell me that this is what's happening. Don't go behind my back, because I don't like
Yeah.
that. That's already
Yeah,
like
that's
you
not-
you
yes.
messing me up.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you tell me my face, I want to go and have sex with that woman.
Yeah.
I'll respect you.
Yeah.
Go do whatever you need.
Yeah,
Come
'cause you're
home.
being honest. Yeah.
That's
Come
real.
home.
Yes.
And then, you know, because like
That's and I think I also have said this before on many shows. Is like, for me, it's not even so much about the sex, like,
yes.
because sex is very animalistic. It's instinctive. It's not necessarily intimate.
Right.
Like, we can do some of stuff in my book and have way more intimacy than you've ever had with any
Right.
girl you've
Right.
I promise you that. And you have a lot of women where there was intimacy wasn't even in the
Not even
room,
an equation.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Zero.
So I co-sign that with you, where if my long-term person goes out and he has sex with someone and he's honest and he tells me, you know, I would be like, obviously I'm a Leo, so I have a pretty big ego, and I'm also a 1, and I found out that our egos are I'm a rooster.
Right.
So my egos
Cock-a-doodle-doo, nigga.
are, which I've done a lot of work on. I would be hurt,
Yeah.
but I could get over that. What I couldn't get over is having an emotional connection.
Yes,
Right.
that's what I
Like,
said too.
For sure.
Watching like, oh, we're sending notes back and forth,
Yeah.
and where I'm telling you, oh, let's vacation here, oh, let's do this together, honey.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you my fears, my insecurities, and you're telling
That's
me,
different.
oh, like this type of stuff. It's like a no for me.
I cannot.
it.
Because-
if you were mentally cheating on me,
That's
because to me
Emotionally
mentally is like it's even like bigger connection. If I am like I'm locked in with
Yes.
you, you are my friend.
Yes. Right.
Like you're my person.
Yes.
And you go and you confide in someone else, not in me, then the connection is broken.
connection-
It's
yeah.
gone.